afternoon. This is HorseRacingNation.com handicapper Jared Horick. This is my latest Kentucky Derby Contenders video. In this video, we're going to recap the Fountain of Youth Stakes and the Risen Star. We'll preview the upcoming Gotham Stakes, and then we'll talk about some of the other contenders in their latest workouts. Now, in the Fountain of Youth Stakes, ORB was the late running winner. The pace was very quick there. They went 108 and change for 6 furlongs, so very fast pace. Now, Violence, my top Kentucky Derby contender at the time, he sat close to that very quick pace. He took the lead in the stretch, but he didn't have enough to offer late. Orb was able to get past him, and the top two were well clear of the rest. Unfortunately, Violence had an injury in the race, and he's off the Kentucky Derby trail now, so I'm going to have a new number one. Now, Orb, I've liked this one for a long time. He wasn't in my top 10, but he's going to move to the bottom of the top 10 now. When I first started my Kentucky Derby Contenders blogs last September, in my original blog, in the exciting prospects section, I listed Orb as one to watch. And after that strong debut where he had a lot of trouble and he finished behind Violence as a 2-year-old, he kind of tailed off a little bit in a few starts, but now he's put it all together. He's won 3 races in a row. He earned 50 points for winning that Fountain of Youth Stakes. And that 50 points should get him in the Derby now. So he should be there. He'll probably run in the Florida Derby next. Now, the race did fall apart late. They came home slow, but they were going awfully fast early. Orb has a lot of potential. He definitely wants to run a long way. And we'll learn more about him next time in the Florida Derby. In the Risen Star Stakes, in that one, I've Struck a Nerve was the bomb winner. He came from nowhere. He was the longest shot in the field. He paid over $200 to win. He was a huge long shot. The Buyer speed figure came back 95 there. Now, in that full field, the top 8 horses were separated by less than 4 lengths, so that typically shows that wasn't a strong prep race. As I mentioned, I've Struck a Nerve was the winner. Code West was second. Palace Malice was third. Now, my number 2 colt at the time, Normandy Invasion, prior to the Risen Star, he was my number 2 ranked colt. He disappointed. He ended up finishing 5th. It was his first start of the year. The race didn't look strong, as I said, but he still has some ability. He ran a nice race in the Remsen last year. He should improve next time in the Wood Memorial, and I'll keep him in my top 10. He'll drop down, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, even though it wasn't a particularly strong race. I'm going to give him one more shot to prove that he's a legitimate Derby contender. Now, this weekend we're going to run the Gotham Stakes from Aqueduct. Vijak, who's 3 for 3 lifetime, he won the Grade 2 Jerome. He's going to be one of the solid choices in here. He's coming off of a layoff. Overanalyze, another one, coming off of a longer layoff. His last race was in the in the Remsen Stakes last year against Normandy Invasion, who we mentioned earlier. Now, Overanalyze was able to get the job done in that Remsen. He actually went 3 for 5 as a 2-year-old. He won the Grade 2 Futurity and the Grade 2 Remsen. He's training well. He worked 4 furlongs and 48 and change at Palm Meadows on February 25th. He should come back running. I expect that he's going to run a decent race first off the layoff, and then I expect Vijak will probably run a decent race as well. Some of the other Derby contenders that have worked out recently, Uncaptured for trainer Mark Casse, a 5 furlong bullet and 59 and change at Ocala Training Center on February 26th. He's overcome some foot issues. They're probably going to run him on synthetic ground, maybe in the Spiral Stakes for his next race, but he is training well, and he's worked, I think, 3 times now. Revolutionary is my new top-ranked Kentucky Derby contender. I like the fact that he overcame all that trouble in his last start in New York. Then they shipped him to Florida. He's working out there. He actually worked out 4 furlongs and 48 and change at Palm Meadows on February 25th. Not sure where he's going to go next, but I like the fact that he can overcome some trouble, and he's definitely one to watch. It looks like he wants to run all day. Flashback for trainer Bob Baffert. He worked a bullet 6 furlongs and 111 at Santa Anita on February 25th. He's going to go in the San Felipe Stakes next on March 9th. Verrazano for trainer Todd Pletcher. He worked a 5 furlong bullet and 59.21 at Palm Meadows. That was on February 25th. And he's going to make his next start in the Grade 2 Tampa Bay Derby on March 9th. Now, if you'd like to see my updated Kentucky Derby Top 10 list, go to HorseRacingNation.wordpress.com. I'll have that list there. I'm actually going to update it later today, so it should be online when this video is available. If you want to see all of the Kentucky Derby contenders and their Horse Racing Nation rankings, go over to HorseRacingNation.com and click onto the Kentucky Derby Contenders page, and you'll find all the latest video, information on breeding and anything you need to know about the Derby contenders, every top-ranked Derby contender, it's all there at horseracing.com. That'll wrap up this week's video. Until next week, good luck at the races.